Last video, I promised. So the blood supply to the liver. We talked about this a little bit before in the last unit, but you have the hepatic artery, the hepatic vein, my apologies, and the hepatic portal vein. So these are all slightly different from one another. The hepatic artery branches off the celiac trunk. The hepatic vein, it does exit on the superior surface of the liver, so up high. And then the hepatic portal vein, this is the blood from the viscera or from the stomach and the intestines. So hepatic portal circulation is what's bringing everything from the intestines and the stomach straight to the liver first. So the liver has this this thing called the first pass effect. The first pass effect means that anything absorbed through the digestive system passes through the liver first. So that means that the liver gets the first absorbed nutrients. It also gets the toxins first. And so they move through the liver before it can be distributed to the body, helping keep toxins from getting distributed and kind of trapped out in body tissues. Blood from the hepatic portal vein and the hepatic artery go to the liver and branch to distribute branch and distribute blood, oxygen, nutrients to the hepatocytes and the Kupffer cells, and the hepatocytes are going to be interacting with any of those toxins to kind of inactivate them. You'll hear more about that in physiology. Eventually, the blood from the liver drains from central veins into the hepatic vein and then into circulation, general circulation. Now, the gallbladder is associated with the liver because what the gallbladder does is it stores bile. It concentrates and stores bile. And so bile is made in the liver, right up here, and the left hepatic duct and the right hepatic duct drain into the common hepatic duct, and then either bile can go down through the common bile duct down into the duodenum. All right, so here's the stomach and then the duodenum. Or bile can come over here to the gallbladder. And the gallbladder consists of three segments: the fundus, the body, and the neck. And so in this particular case, what you're looking at is an area of the body where if for whatever reason bile isn't being synthesized at a given time, a little bit of extra bile can be kicked out through from the gallbladder, through the cystic duct, down the common bile duct, and into the duodenum. Let's say you eat a bunch of French fries and you need a little bit of extra bile to emulsify the fats. That happens here. It releases bile into this duct, and then eventually emulsification of the fats occurs. So over here, what we're looking at down here in this figure, you have the duodenal ampulla, which is ampulla just kind of means like a bulb. Here is the common bile duct coming into the duodenal ampulla, and then the duodenal papilla drains into the intestinal lumen into the duodenum. Right here is the pancreas, and so the pancreas also drains into the duodenal papilla, releasing pancreatic juices into the duodenum. The pancreas itself has it exists behind the stomach. It is posterior to the stomach and extends laterally. There are three regions: the head, the body, and the tail. The head is near the duodenum and the tail is near the spleen. The pancreatic islets are going to be making and secreting hormones. You'll hear a lot about that in physiology. And the pancreatic Acini cells, these are the ones that make the enzymes, pancreatic juices, things like trypsinogen, other pancreatic enzymes that are going to be digesting the large macromolecules from the food that we eat. The digestive enzymes go through the pancreatic duct into the duodenum. And so here's a picture of the pancreas. We saw this, a little bit of this, in the last exam in terms of vascularization, but the pancreas secretes into the duodenum. You can't see you can see the pancreatic duct here, right? Here's another pancreatic duct. But basically what you're looking at here is a long organ that's going to be consisting of acinar cells, which are exocrine, pancreatic islet cells, which are endocrine. So remember, the endocrine cells are going to be making glucagon and insulin. Each one of these little holes here are the pancreatic acini, and an individual segment is an acinus. Okay, so just plural or singular. So for the most part, pancreatic juices contain different lipases, which help digest fats, carbohydrases, which digest carbs. This would be things like, again, another type of amylase. Nucleases, which digest nucleic acids. That's something we don't think about very often. Whenever you eat a cell, you eat, let's say, a piece of fruit, the plant cells have DNA and RNA in them. We don't use DNA and RNA. We don't use nucleic acids to make energy, but they can be absorbed to be converted to building blocks for other molecules. And then we have proteolytic enzymes made by the pancreas. And these proteolytic enzymes, things like proteases and peptidases, break apart proteins. All right, folks, that's the last of the digestive system lecture. I'll see you next time.